My life took a completely unexpected turn on a seemingly ordinary day. My sister, thanks to a surprising inheritance, received a luxurious private jet, while I found myself with an old car. It may seem like an injustice of fate, but that afternoon, when I got into my car, I found a hidden letter that would not only change my perception of inheritance forever, but it would also change the entire course of my life. Before you continue, be sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss out on more compelling stories like this one. The yellowed paper of the letter seemed to whisper secrets kept for years. Every word written on those delicate pages had the power to rewrite not only the past, but also my future. It wasn't just about what I had materially inherited, but the profound meaning those words were slowly revealing. In a thriving city, Dominic, my grandfather, built a pharmaceutical empire that supported our family for generations. The brand he created was synonymous with quality and trust throughout the country. For him, legacy was not just a material possession, but the result of a lifetime of dedication and values passed down from father to son. Dominic dreamed of leaving everything to his son, Marco, who, in turn, was married to an elegant and refined woman named Patrizia. Marco and Patrizia had a daughter, Ariana, a child who grew up immersed in luxury, never knowing life beyond the golden walls that protected her. Despite our family's apparent wealth, the real challenge had always been lurking beneath the surface, waiting to be revealed. One afternoon, while Dominic was busy with his usual duties, he received a text. A little boy was waiting at the entrance to his office, claiming to be his grandson. Dominic, accustomed to the constant attempts to take advantage of his fortune, didn't give it much thought, skeptical of the possibility that there really was a blood relationship. But that evening, leaving the office, he saw with his own eyes what he never would have imagined. A little girl alone, shivering in the cold. Her driver, in a worried tone, said to him, "Poor thing, she's been here for hours." Something inside Dominic shifted. Their eyes met, and a feeling of déjà vu struck him deeply. That little girl, Elisa, had a pendant around her neck that Dominic recognized immediately. Despite his initial skepticism, something pushed him to talk to her. "Were you the one looking for me today?" he asked her, with a voice cracked by disbelief. Eliza, with her sweet fragility, nodded. In that moment, something changed in Dominic. The little girl was not just a stranger, but a key to a past he had never imagined. At just 12 years old, Elisa exuded a delicate beauty that contrasted with the weight of the story that was about to be revealed. Don't forget to like if you're enjoying this story. Dominic focused on the pendant the little girl was wearing around her neck. With a mixture of anxiety and curiosity, he asked her where she had gotten it from. Eliza, with a soft voice full of emotion, replied, "My mother told me that my father gave it to her the day he had to leave." Those words deeply affected Dominic, bringing out a story that until then had remained hidden. Elisa's mother, who was seriously ill, had told the little girl that her father had disappeared many years before, but that before he died, he had told her to look for her grandfather Dominic, the only one who could take care of her. Dominic, overwhelmed by emotions, realized that his lineage was more complex than he had ever imagined. He impulsively decided to take Elisa to his home. He asked one of his maids to take care of her, while he thought about what to do. Little Elisa was struggling to adapt to that luxurious and distant world, but it was clear that the presence of that little girl was about to upset the family balance. Dominic felt the need to confront his son Marco and reveal the truth that had been hidden for so long. But that meeting did not go as he had hoped. Marco, surprised and shocked, could not believe that the little girl was really his daughter. Many years before, Marco had had a secret relationship with a maid of the family, a forbidden love story hidden in the corridors of the house. It was a bond that defied the rigid rules of society. But Marco, pressured by the expectations of his family, had been forced to leave his beloved and marry Patrizia. The maid, pregnant by that forbidden love, had disappeared, taking with her the secret of a hidden life. Elisa was the fruit of that relationship. The revelation had shattered the apparent harmony of the family. Patrizia, Marco's wife, reacted with cold detachment to Elisa's presence. Every gesture betrayed her refusal. Mariana, the couple's only daughter, felt threatened by the arrival of her stepsister. Accustomed to being the only one at the center of attention, she did not accept having to share the family throne. Marco, unable to face the situation, preferred to stay on the sidelines, a prisoner of his fears and family expectations. Elisa, despite her new life of material comfort, often felt isolated. Her only real connection was with Dominic, the only family member who seemed to understand her presence. As time passed, a unique bond developed between Elisa and her grandfather. Every morning, sharing coffee and light words, they built a bridge between two generations. Dominic's office became the place where the two spent quality time together, a refuge from the chaos of the family. The years passed, and the bond between grandfather and grandson grew stronger. But one day, the news Elisa feared the most arrived: Dominic's death. Elisa's world fell apart. Shortly afterward, the family gathered for the reading of the will. Most of the inheritance went to Marco as expected. Mariana received a private jet in keeping with her opulent lifestyle. When the lawyer spoke of Elisa, a quiet laugh escaped Mariana's lips. Elisa was left an old car. Despite the contrast in the gifts, Elisa gratefully accepted the gift. The car, even if old, had a symbolic value for her. The next day, she decided to explore it. Opening the glove compartment, she found a small box. Inside, there was a letter written by Dominic and a series of photographs. The images portrayed precious moments between grandfather and grandson, and the letter revealed words full of love and wisdom. Dominic had left her not only an old car, but a part of himself. The words of the letter resonated in Elisa's heart, giving her a new perspective on life and her future choices. With that letter in hand, Elisa made a courageous decision. She would seek her own path, leaving behind her family and luxury in search of an authentic life. And you? What would you have done in her place? Leave a comment and let me know your opinion.